Continuing on with our solo basics, we're going to be looking at the Sau today and some of its simple applications for solo training. Sau means palm up hand. It's actually the first move you do in the Sunam Tao form after you've set up your stance. When you're performing it initially, in the Sau, hands are up and it's crossed. You drop it down to the Gon, which is a video we did last week, applications of that. Come back and close it back up and back up to the Sau again. Now the Sau also appears after the single punches as the first movement. In this one, you open the left hand up and push it forward. As you're pushing it forward, you're holding your palm up. That's where it gets its name, and you're cycling the elbow behind that. As soon as you get about a fist distance with the elbow from the body, you pull the hand back and turn rotate it down and up to the Wu Sau, or the waiting hand, and then you draw back. As I open up my hand, I draw it forward and the palm is up. Now from here, I don't want to let my elbow or the arm touch the body. And what that means is I'm keeping a little cushion off. As I go to the Wu Sau and draw back, again, I don't want to let that touch the body. Here there's a daylight about a fist width there, and then my hand on the Wu is about a hand's length from it. As the Tom moves forward, I don't want my elbow to touch my body. I'm trying to track it so it's in front along that vertical midline. Here I drop down into the Wu Sau, I let the elbow pop out and draw back. And again, I don't let that elbow touch the body. I just want to keep a little bit daylight between there. Fist distance, fist width at the elbow, and about a hand length with the Wu Sau. One exercise you can do with this is adding the punch with the Sau. As you're doing the Sau plus the punch, your Sau is happening from the lead hand. As your Sau is turning up, you're drawing the elbow back towards the body. Careful not to let it touch the body, and the other hand is punching along that line. And you go back to the Sau, and again, turn the palm up, retreat back just a little bit, and punch, and alternating each time. As you're working on this, you're just maintaining that position. Also, you're not allowing that elbow on the to touch or brush past the body. Mistake is I'm drawing the elbow back to the body. Show you from the side, drawing that elbow back where it's past the body. I don't want that kind of separation between the arms. How I want it to look. In fact, it's almost just like I turn the hand up, more than retreating it back, keeping it away from the body. As you're practicing this, be conscientious of that. Is my elbow still in front of the body? Another drill you can work on is the sidling Tan punch. This is where you're turning away from the Tan. As you're doing this, you're going to be Sau and turning off away from the Tan and moving away from it. Notice I'm not forcing my way out or pushing away. It's just drawing myself away as if it's moving by me. I let that force move right by me here. You'll also want to make sure that you're punching towards the front and back towards where you were here. So I was punching just like this. I'm moving my body off to the side, but I'm still punching towards the middle. The next drill is going to be the ton punch with an advancing step. When you're working on the advancing step, make certain you're stepping forward on that line. As you're doing that, you want to make sure as you're stepping forward, you're keeping the weight back. The step out is designed to be a wedge, meaning there shouldn't be any weight on it. We want to grab the floor and pull the back leg up. Now you'll notice as well, I'm not just turning the hand up and punching over. There's a little bit of activating the guard, which is a push, ton, punch. So I'm pushing out. I'm pushing forward. If there's something in the way, that's where the ton or another move might happen. And yield back, punch. So as I'm doing this movement over and over again, I can work on the coordination. Try to get the foot and the fist to land at the same time. The ton punch and the advancing step is a great way to get a little bit more cardio in. These are some great drills to work for the ton sau. First of all, you should be practicing your sunum tau every day. So you want to get an opportunity to work those ton saus in. The ton sau and the wu, we started with that one. When you're doing the ton sau hand, make sure you're keeping the elbow off of the body. As the wu is coming back towards the body, again, keep the elbow away and keep the hand about a hand's length away. When doing the second drill, the ton with the punch, keep your great character 2 adduction stance and dominate that center line. That means yielding back with the ton, but not too far, not past the body, and punching straight over the top. Work on this to get your coordination working. You should be able to do them quickly and without much effort after practice. After that, we went on to the ton punch with a turning stance. As you're doing that, ensure that you're shifting your weight from one side to the other, maintaining the 50-50 in the middle, 100% of the weight on one leg as you're turning away from the ton sau arm. And lastly, the ton sau punch with the advancing step. This is going to be a great one to get your heart rate up. So I suggest maybe set a timer for 30 seconds to a minute and work them over and over again, alternating sides. As you're doing this, your guard is being activated, which means as you're stepping forward, your guard's also going forward, seeking in, and then turning to ton, coming back and punch over the top. Wow, now that's going to be a great Wing Chun workout. I hope you had a good time today, and I hope you learned a lot, and I hope you are working on this stuff. So, until next time, I want you to remember, Kung Fu is for everybody. Bye.